So today I wanted to teach you the fastest way that you can chop up garlic. So this right here is a tai dao. It's a Chinese chef's knife. You can buy them on Amazon for like 30 bucks. And what you'll do is you'll grab a garlic clove, you'll grab your tai dao, and then you'll just kind of crush it. And give it one more crush, and then that is honestly it. If you want, you can give it a couple chops in the other direction, and then this right here is going to be good enough for the vast majority of homestyle applications. Stir fries, that kind of thing. So again, this time from unpeeled. First, cut the root off, smash it once, not too hard, peel. Then what I like to do is keep this at a bit of an angle and then crush and smear. And again, if you feel like it, a couple chops in the other direction. So again, that's root off, light crush, peel off, then smash and smear. Maybe a couple more chops. Now, if you really need something a little bit finer for certain applications, this here is already going to be a really excellent starting point. So if you really need to, you can then just go at this, chop it for another 30 seconds or so. And then there you go. No need to reach for the garlic press. Definitely no need to go for the jarlic. Easy. Now, I should say that this one is definitely a little bit more of a homestyle smash. If you've watched some chefs on TV or YouTube like Wang Gang or Martin Yan, you might be a little bit more exposed to a smash that looks a little bit more like this.
Minced garlic, look at this, one, done. Minced ginger, done. You gotta say done. Otherwise, it won't get done.
Now, that is definitely pretty cool. And if you're working in a restaurant setting with a whole mountain of garlic, it definitely, you'll be able to process it really fast. Frankly, I'm not super great at it, but let me see if I can show you how to do it. What I like to do is I like to start the knife in kind of this position because you really don't want too much arm motion into this. So start from here and just kind of twist, keeping the knife at a slight angle, and then smear it towards you. So there we go. Not too bad. Steph is a little bit better than me. Do you want to give it a whirl?
Just put it down.
I guess I need to be a little bit more aggressive. Anyway, whatever. You know what? There we go. Okay. Now, if you do happen to work in F&B, and I know that some of you watching are, I am going to link Wang Gang's excellent instruction on how to do this kind at the end of the video. But for us at home, I really don't think it's that imperative, because the risk of the chef paiswan, if you do it wrong, is going to be garlic explosion. So let me show you what I mean. We'll probably need to quickly cover the lens from the fancy camera. Give me a second. Okay. Garlic explosion. Watch, when I try to actually make the garlic explosion, it's just going to be perfect.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Meow.
Oh, little bits are here and there. It's Gallagher in the kitchen. I certainly don't want to clean this up. So I think our homestyle smash, it's going to be a little bit easier, a little bit less risky, and also really quick. Now, I first learned this way back when I was about 25. Me and a few friends in Shenzhen, we had some friends over to our place, and a few of us, we were cooking in the kitchen. This was way before I met Steph. There was a girl there that was kind of cute, and if I'm being totally honest, I was probably trying to impress her a little bit with the Western way that we mince garlic. So we have the little horizontal cuts, little vertical cuts, then the wrist motion. And I still remember the look on her face. She just kind of nodded. It's like, yeah, that's very impressive. Then she grabbed her tie dowel, smashed the garlic like I just taught you. And it was in that moment that was the first time in my life that I ever just saw unequivocal proof right before my eyes that my culture was just obviously completely wrong about something. And ever since then, I mean, there's nothing wrong with studying a little foreign technique in order to win people in the kitchen. Now, in Western civilization's defense, I was meaning to actually make this exact video a while ago. I was watching a little bit of YouTube, and I was watching some chefs teach people on how to mince garlic. And they were showing this really convoluted trick where you take some garlic and then you sprinkle some kosher salt on, and then you take a Western chef's knife and then you patiently kind of smear it into a rough paste. And I was just thinking, like, compared to the garlic smash, we were really just all collectively overthinking this entire exercise. But I am a big believer in trying something before I criticize it. I am looking at you, steamed rice for fried rice skeptics. So I gave it a whirl, and honestly, it is a pretty cool trick. So it's a really good way if you really want to get to that next level of garlic fineness, something basically a paste. And while it's not my primary garlic mincing strategy, I do actually use it way more than I ever thought that I would. So this right here, it's kind of my personal fusion. What I'll do is I'll first smash it like we just did. Then sprinkle a little bit of salt, just a sprinkle, maybe like max a 1/16 of a teaspoon. It's more than enough. And then kind of crush it in. Then get that into a bit of a pile. And already I think you can see that it's already pretty fine. But what I like to do then is then leave it for just a hot second. So we can really do anything we want. We could maybe toss these garlic skins, or maybe we could start a little bit of ginger on the side, because garlic is an emulsifier. Like if you've ever made a Thai curry paste, what you'll often find is the garlic and the salt added near the beginning of the pound, and that's so that the garlic can break down, and then it's going to form a really nice base for all of our other ingredients, our chilies, that kind of thing. And then that can all really combine quite well. It's a similar idea in something like a traditional aioli. And here, this is basically like that idea in knife and chopping board form. So again, you really don't need to leave this for all that long. Like literally 1 minute is more than enough. And then you'll just kind of smear it again. Maybe give it a chop, and you have a really nice paste of garlic. If you do have some other aromatics on the side, if you've got ginger or your spring onion, or depending on the cuisine, maybe your shallot, you can then also mince this in with the garlic, and then you'll have a really nice paste ready to go. So, to review, 3 levels of garlic manipulation. First, slice off the root, smash, remove the peel, and smash again. Maybe give it 3 to 4 chops in the other direction if you're so inclined. This is going to be good for most home-style stir-fries, especially things on the drier side like the vast majority of stir-fried vegetables. Then, level 2. Take that base and then patiently mince it for another 30 seconds or so. This level you might want if you're going for something a little bit more restaurant style, maybe a little bit more elegant, like a Cantonese crystal chien, aka a white sauce, video up here. Then, level 3. Take that base and sprinkle a little salt on, smear, and leave it alone for about 1 minute. Then come back and Smear again, maybe give it a quick mince. This might be nice for braises and stews where you don't want a bunch of little garlics just kind of floating around, like, for example, the Chengdu style tomato and fried egg soup that we just did. So yeah, I do know that this was a little bit more of a technique video. A proper recipe video is coming your way about next week. A huge thank you to everybody that's supporting us on Patreon. A little infographic of this whole thing will be in the link description. And of course, if you want, subscribe for more Chinese cooking videos. Should I eat a clove of garlic for the outro? Just do it Dongbei style? I think it's fine. Okay.